The sky turns black. An apocalyptic shadow falls over the land, a living storm that consumes the very light of the sun. Below, the ground trembles, not with fear, but with the measured, unified pulse of an ancient empire. Can the ants survive the swarm? On the sun-baked earth, a legion stirs. They are the ants, disciplined ground warriors marching in perfect, unwavering formation. Each soldier is small, a seemingly insignificant speck in this vast, unforgiving landscape. But together, they are a force of nature, an extension of a single, unyielding will. Their columns stretch for meters, a living river of chitin and resolve, flowing with a purpose that has been etched into their being for millions of years. They are not individuals. They are a superorganism, a single mind controlling a million bodies. Their antennae twitch in unison, reading the chemical signals that bind them, messages of duty, of territory, of the approaching threat. They move as one powerful, relentless army, the silent, steadfast guardians of the soil. Their kingdom is the earth beneath, a sprawling, intricate network of tunnels and chambers. A fortress built grain by grain, a civilization they will defend to the last. From the heavens descends a different kind of power.
The sky invaders.
A plague of biblical proportions, the Locusts arrive not as an army, but as a cataclysm. They are a maelstrom of hunger, a chaotic force driven by an insatiable primal urge to devour. Millions upon millions of wings beat against the air, creating a deafening roar that drowns out all other sound. They are the embodiment of overwhelming numbers, a living tempest that blots out the horizon and strips the world bare. Where they pass, life withers. Green turns to brown, abundance to desolation. Each locust is a flying engine of consumption, its mandibles working tirelessly. Its existence a singular, frantic quest for fuel. They have no strategy, no grand design beyond the immediate ravenous impulse to feed and move on, leaving a trail of utter devastation in their wake. Now, these two titanic forces are set on a collision course. It is a massive confrontation between earth and sky, a primordial conflict that pits two of nature's most successful strategies against one another. On one side, the disciplined, unified might of the ant colony, a testament to the power of collective action and unwavering order. On the other, the anarchic, overwhelming force of the locust swarm, a symbol of nature's raw, untamable chaos. The air crackles with anticipation as the first wave of the aerial horde descends. The ground-bound legion holds its position, a dark, shimmering line of defiance against the roaring apocalypse from above. This is not merely a battle for territory. It is a clash of philosophies, a war between unity and chaos, a struggle to determine which form of life will prevail in this brutal, ephemeral moment. The ants do not falter. Their survival depends not on individual strength, but on the unbreakable bonds of their society. They rely on flawless teamwork, an instinctual coordination that turns millions of tiny warriors into a single, cohesive defensive wall. As the locusts land, the ants surge forward. Specialized soldiers with oversized mandibles lock onto the legs and wings of the giant invaders, acting as living anchors. They spray formic acid, a potent chemical weapon that burns and disorients the far larger foe. Workers swarm over the downed locusts, their sheer numbers overwhelming the invaders one by one. Their defense is relentless, a tireless, self-sacrificing effort to protect the colony's future, the queen and the brood deep within the earth. Every ant has its role, every action is for the good of the whole. It is a masterpiece of biological engineering, a living fortress that fights with one mind and one purpose. But the locusts have their own formidable advantages. They depend on speed, the power of flight, and an unstoppable, voracious hunger. For every locust that falls, 100 more descend. They are a force of attrition, a numbers game that seems impossible to win. Their advantage is mobility. They can strike and vanish, their aerial assault bypassing terrestrial defenses. They are not here to fight a strategic war. They are here to consume. Their chaotic descent overwhelms the ants' organized lines, their immense size and weight crushing defenders underfoot. Their strategy is the absence of strategy, a brute force assault that aims to simply exhaust and overrun the enemy through sheer relentless pressure. Their unstoppable hunger is their greatest weapon, driving them to ignore casualties. To push ever forward in their quest to strip the land bare, the encounter is a maelstrom of desperate violence. It is a dramatic spectacle, a vision of hell on earth, as nature's greatest armies collide in a brutal, visceral war for survival. The ground becomes a writhing tapestry of black and brown, of flailing limbs and snapping jaws. The disciplined lines of the ants break and reform, a fluid defense against an unending aerial bombardment. Locusts, crippled by acid and the grip of a dozen ants, thrash wildly, their powerful legs kicking defenders aside. For every invader, the ants manage to subdue and drag towards their nest. Another to land, their hungry mandibles shearing through the vegetation the ants depend on. The air is thick with the scent of formic acid and the dust kicked up by a million struggling bodies. It is a war fought on a scale almost too small for the human eye to comprehend, yet its intensity is as profound as any battle in history. In the end, as the sun begins to set, the swarm moves on, leaves behind a scarred landscape and the remnants of a brutal conflict. The ants, though their numbers are diminished, have held the line. They have protected the heart of their colony. Their unity was their shield against the storm of chaos. This battle is but a single chapter in the epic of survival, a constant, unending war waged in every corner of our planet. It is a stark reminder that in nature, there are no final victories, only the relentless struggle for another day. From the disciplined cohesion of the colony to the anarchic power of the swarm, life finds a way, forging its armies and fighting its battles in an endless, magnificent, and terrifying cycle. If you are captivated by this clash of natural titans, be sure to like this video and share it with fellow nature enthusiasts. What other epic animal battles do you want to see? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss another journey into the wild heart of our planet.